Thank you for visiting Youtique Bridal. This video is a general process of how I sewed my cousin Megan's prom dress, with a special focus on how I sewed the beaded lace bodice. So the first thing that happened was the consultation and the measurements. So Megan and I corresponded back and forth about the style of dress she liked and what would look best on her, and then we met up to take measurements. The next thing we did was set up a date to go fabric shopping and do a little research. Our goal was to find a fabric or a combination of fabrics that would enhance her skin tone and just basically make her glow. Here you can see us playing with different tones of pink. That's my lovely Aunt Lena helping us out and my sweet little assistant. I didn't purchase any fabrics on the first visit because I wanted to do more research. After taking some time to research, I did finally purchase the fabrics. I chose this lovely pink satin and layered it with this beautiful iridescent silk chiffon fabric. And I also found this gorgeous beaded lace for the bodice. Using Megan's measurements, I resized and modified a commercial pattern to the style that we decided on. Next, using tracing paper, I transferred the pattern onto my muslin fabric and then sewed the muslin dress together. It is now ready for the first fitting. During the first fitting, I ended up having to add darts on both sides to the upper bust. So then I sewed in the darts to prepare for the next fitting. During that time, I also played with the layout of the beaded lace. My first instinct and my first choice was this layout. I liked how the center of the beaded design would slowly draw the eye up to her face. However, I didn't like how the two large flowers would draw attention right to the bust area. So I shifted the beaded design over, and this is the other option. I did consider this option, but wanted to make a quick decision by asking my Facebook and Instagram friends and family. Majority of you did choose option A, so I did base my final decision on that. So I just want to take this time and thank everyone who even put in their option choice. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So the muslin fitting went really well for Megan's second fitting. And I also took this opportunity just to lay out the options on Megan as well. And Megan was very happy with option A. So now I'm ready to work with the fashion fabrics. The first thing I'm going to do is take the muslin dress apart and then straightening it out by ironing it. Next, I'm going to transfer the pattern onto the silk organza, lay out my fashion fabrics, and then lay the organza fabric on top. Then I will pin all the fabrics together and then start thread tracing the pattern. I will repeat this process for all the other pieces and then sew them together. Next, we're going to work with the beaded lace fabric. Here I'm going to line up the center of the beaded lace fabric and then start pinning away. You'll notice that I'm going to work with the right side of the bodice first. While pinning, I'm going to stretch out and make sure the beaded lace fabric is laying completely flat onto the underlining fabric and then pin. Here I'm just cutting a small section to make sure the beaded lace is laying completely flat and then pinning it. So the results is lots and lots of pins. Next, you can use a matching thread color, or here I'm using invisible thread to sew the beaded lace to the underlying fabrics. When I'm complete with that, I'm going to hand baste the bodice pieces together. And using towels to protect the fabric, I'm going to hammer it along the seam lines to break the beads. This way, it can easily go through the sewing machine. Now I'm going to sew all the bodice pieces together as well as the skirt. Now for the finishing touches, I'm going to sew the lining and attach it inside the dress, sew on the zipper and the snap button, and then I'm going to edge stitch the dress all the way around. And now I'm going to rebead the dress along the edges and then in the center of the dress. And the dress is complete. Although it took a lot of time because of all the bead work, it was just worth it to see Megan's smile. With some leftover fabric, I also made her date a matching bow tie. Have fun and be safe, Meg! And just congratulations on your graduation this year. Thank you for watching, and I hope you get inspired to create something extraordinary out of the ordinary. If you would like to learn how to make the no-sew bow tie, please click on the bow tie. If you would like to view any one of the other 3 tutorials, please click on one of the images.